Hey, this is Diamonds,
Hey.
Demons, and Mushrooms. We are a podcast that likes to interrupt each other in the middle of the introduction.
Hi.
That's what we do. This is our special E3 reactions podcast. We're going to talk about how we felt about some of the games.
Whoa, special?
Wait.
I don't know what's
No,
special.
we're gonna get sued by the React brothers. Or
Uh-oh.
the Fine brothers because
The
you use
Fine
the word
Bros.
React.
Because I use reaction in the... Oh, God.
Oh, we're
no.
screwed. We're so done.
No. Oh, shit.
There's all my money. Bye.
Bye.
So when are we going to start making, like, our own spin-off podcasts? You know, like, because we're getting so famous now that we need to have our own individual podcasts on top of this.
Well, that's
Gonna
up
have
to
to.
you. You make your own spin-off.
I mean, I already did. I don't know about you guys.
You're
What's
behind.
Is it called Chasing Chase? Because it really should be.
You're goddamn right it is.
And Matt, is yours called Floor Mat?
Oh, yeah. It's actually
No, it's
called Floor Rug. It's called Floor Rug, just to
It's
confuse
called Carpet
people.
Muncher.
I love it. That's beautiful.
Oh, God. Write that down. Right there.
Write that
name.
down
Yep.
right off the bat.
So
Alright.
E3, how about that E3 guy?
It happened. That was a thing.
It did happen.
Yeah.
Alright.
Before we get into the E3 stuff, figured we'd do our thing and talk about what we played over the last week.
The thing with the stuff.
The thing
The
with
thing
the
with the
stuff.
stuff.
Pretty sure
And the
I've gone
people.
first twice, so somebody else gets to go.
Alright, I'll
Yeah.
go.
Matt
Alright,
goes.
I finally played and beat Pokemon Pearl. That only took like 3 more weeks than it should have. I downloaded the Doom demo and played that. That was pretty great. We've talked about Doom enough, so I won't go too much in detail on that.
Chase was basically begging us to download it, so I also
Yeah, he
downloaded it
was.
and played it. He's like, "You guys better play it right now!" Like as soon as they announced it at E3.
You're damn right.
You're goddamn
Except for
right.
I also played Overwatch, and we've also talked about that a lot. And I think I played mostly with Ron, so
Yeah,
That's one of his
I
games.
also played that.
And then I also started playing Dishonored, which
Me too.
basically started that because I was hyped because of the E3 stuff. But yeah, that's pretty fun. If you have never played Dishonored, it's a stealth game. It's actually pretty unique, I think. It's a nice stealth game. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm liking it a lot. Like at first, I was
Yeah.
kind of like, I don't know why this is so popular, but after a little while, I'm realizing the different combinations of all the powers you can have and stuff just make it really.
Yeah.
You can do things a million different ways, so that's kind of what makes it fun. I just like to
It is, it's really
blink everywhere and like jump on the buildings and.
Yeah, I like when you
Gosh.
blink away from guards. They're just like, "Where'd you go?" You're like, "Well, I fucking disappeared, you bitch!" Like, what do you think?
Huh.
Or you can slow time and just get behind them and knock them out.
Yeah,
It's pretty
That's
fun.
one I've never played.
It's pretty fun. I
Probably
think you'd like
should.
it,
It's
Chase.
pretty fun.
It's actually not that long either. I'm like
Yeah, it's
5
like
and a half
10
hours
hours.
in. I'm almost on the last mission, so.
Nice.
Yep.
Well, that doesn't mean anything to you because you played Fallout
Yeah,
in
that's
like
true.
2 hours.
Hey, well,
I haven't been.
Matt's about the same place I am. We haven't been doing a lot of the side stuff, to be fair.
Yeah, I
we
haven't been doing any of the side stuff.
We did on the first mission, and then we kind of realized, let's just go ahead and blaze through it.
Beat
So.
Yeah,
420 blaze through it.
420
420.
blaze through it.
420 no scope Blaziken.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm more of a mud
Alright.
guy.
That's it for me. Those are the games I played.
Good job, Matt. Proud of you.
Yep.
Yay.
Good job.
Thank you so much.
Should Jace, you go
I'll go
next
'cause
because you're
mine's
fucking
shorter.
short
Yeah.
because you don't play
I know.
anything because you suck.
I don't. I'm busy all the time.
I wonder if you guys can guess what's on Chase's list this week that he said he wasn't going to
Gee.
play
Oh.
this week.
It's gonna be tough to guess, you know.
I forgot that we said last week that he wasn't going to play at all. And then I was like, no, you're playing. It's going to happen.
Hey man,
So,
you can't just stop crack. You gotta wean yourself off of it, right?
Yeah,
that's
in,
true.
in little doses.
Okay. I
You gotta
agree.
go in little doses. Okay, I played Far Harbor. Finally got playing that. Played through it all. I did all the side missions. I think.
you beat
except
all of
for
it?
1 or 2. Yeah, except for 1 or 2 side missions. I played through it all. So
What did you think of that freaking section in the the
memory
dream?
thing?
Yeah, the memory section. Yeah.
that wasn't too bad. I don't think it wouldn't have been so bad if my computer wouldn't have crashed when I was on the 3rd or 4th one.
Yeah.
Ooh,
And it was like just before I was gonna go to bed, I was like, okay, I'm gonna finish this and go to bed, and then my computer crashed. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm done. I'm gonna do it tomorrow.
Well, the first four were really easy, and then I don't know about you, but I spent like an hour at least on the last one because it was freaking.
It took
long.
me probably like half hour, 45 minutes maybe for that one, but I didn't think it was that bad, honestly. So.
I don't know. I heard like a lot of people had to look it up because it was so difficult.
Really?
So yeah,
it wasn't that bad.
Huh. We'll see what Matt thinks. He seems to be already getting confused by Dishonored. So.
God damn it. There's multiple times in Dishonored where I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
Where am I supposed to go?
Yeah, Ron's done.
There's a marker
Ron
on the
completed
map,
the mission in like 5 minutes.
Is it because there's no pillars?
There's no pillars.
Yeah, there's no
pillars.
So I'm really confused. Okay.
Actually, there's probably more pillars in Dishonored than there is in Pillars.
Maybe that's why he's confused.
He doesn't know games with pillars.
I'm really confused because I think it should be Pillars of Eternity because there's more pillars and then Pillars of Eternity. So it's been a wild ride. It's just confusing. All right.
Sure.
And the other game I apparently said I wasn't going to play, but started playing again anyway, is Doom. Apparently, I wanted to go back and get a couple more achievements that I was missing. And I'm not normally an achievement hunter, so that's kind of a big thing for me, I guess. I went and completed all the little side missions and discovered all of the secrets, or all the secrets, and all of the couple secrets I was missing, and then all the classic Doom levels as well. So those are all unlocked.
Oh wow!
So I might actually go through and play all the classic levels with the new characters and stuff like that. So
neat.
And then I also thought about
I just thought it was hilarious that when me and Matt were talking about Doom, like how we were playing the demo, we're like telling him about it, like what we thought and stuff. I like all of a sudden see he's like, I kind of want to play it after you guys are talking about it. All of a sudden I see Chase pop up on Steam. He's playing Doom.
Yep. You got me in the mood for it.
I'm like, you silly bastard.
I started a nightmare run, so
you're crazy.
Of course you did.
I know, but it's so much fun. It's like crack.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, and Matt thought for some reason that you were moving too slowly and he needed a sprint.
Yeah,
button,
I want a sprint.
So.
I need a sprint button.
Seriously, after playing Doom and going back to Dishonored, I was like, oh my god, I moved slowly. In Dishonored, yeah. I didn't
play
realize.
Doom and then go to Fallout. But... You'll feel like, holy crap, I'm going slow.
I'm like, I'm a slug, so I think Matt was drunk. He wanted to run even faster, so maybe he's just on another level.
I did. Yeah, it's just I just do Nightmare. I just be good for it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Ron, what'd you play?
I played a lot of games this week. A couple of them that I just kind of played in spurts that I don't feel like going too far into. Smash Bros. Wii U.
Spurt.
And Guitar Hero Live. I just had a few friends over this weekend. Not you guys, because you guys aren't my friends. I hate you. And
no, thanks,
oh
Dick.
Man!
Actually, you did come over this weekend, so that's a lie. But
I was there.
I played those with a couple buddies, just kind of catching up because I haven't seen them in a while. So just a nice party, chill games. Those are fun. I also finally beat Banjo-Tooie yesterday, I think, or the day before. No, it was yesterday. I only had like 3 hours left, so it was like getting the last few puzzle pieces and facing the final boss, which was ridiculously hard, by the way, because you get to this point where she has 15 health left, and you have to shoot these grenade eggs at her like fast enough before, because she releases poisonous gas when she has 15 health left, and you have to hit her like perfectly, and it's like ridiculously hard to aim as Banjo-Kazooie because it's a first-person view when you're in this boss fight, but it like centers, like, so your reticle centers in the center, but if you lift upright, then it goes to where you want to go, but if you let go, it goes back to the center, so it doesn't like reposition when you move weird. Right and left, so it's like ridiculously hard to perfectly aim it at her, so you have to hit her like 5 times with that because a grenade egg does 5 or 3 damage, so. And you have to do it fast enough so that the gas doesn't kill you. So that was really hard. It took me like 3 tries to beat that, and it's like a huge freaking... She starts with 100 health, so you have to hit her that many times to get her to that point. So and there's like different phases of it, but it was really hard. I enjoyed it. It was not as good as Banjo-Kazooie, in my opinion, but I enjoyed it. So looking forward to playing Yooka-Laylee when that comes out. So whoa,
hooray.
Sorry, my computer's like blacked out for some reason.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Anyway, I also played Dishonored. We talked about that a little bit with Matt, so I won't get too far into it. I'm almost done with it, so... also played Overwatch. Matt already talked about that. I played Pokemon Black for another hour or so. Only got to, like, the third town. I only have one Pokemon so far, so don't have too much to talk about with that.
Who's your starter?
The Fire one.
Did you name him Crispy Bacon?
No, I should have. It's
because I'm going
right?
to.
Tepig?
I'm going to. It's going to be... Yeah, Tepig. Crispy Bacon.
I don't ever nickname my Pokemon, honestly, so...
Neither do I.
Yeah, I don't either.
Well, at least in the newer games, because it's harder for me to figure out who the hell is who. Like, because I don't know the newer Pokemon. So it's easier to see what the name is. Yep, I'm a pleb.
Alright.
And then I also played Rocket League. That was another game, that I played when friends were over, so... That's all it is. So, anyway, let's move on to any purchases we made this week. I bought a few games. I got like a new credit card, so it came with a $50 PlayStation code. And PlayStation had a sale this last couple days because of E3. So I just bought a few games that kind of mildly interested me for shits and giggles. So.
You mean you didn't buy any games, right? Because you're not supposed to buy any games.
I didn't spend any money.
He didn't buy games.
Whatever.
Yeah, he didn't buy games.
I bought
no games were bought.
Rory McIlroy Golf, PGA Tour 1, whatever. Unravel, Dragon Ball Xenoverse, and Infamous Second Son, because they all look pretty fun. So, yeah, that's what I bought.
Cool. I backed Saurian on Kickstarter. That game we talked about a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Last week, whatever it was.
Yep.
Yeah, I got in on the $15 tier, so when that comes out, I'll get the digital game. Or a digital copy of the game, so...
Thank you, bro.
That's all I bought.
I bought the Boo amiibo because he glows in the dark, and there's no other reason to buy him except for he glows in the dark.
Oh yeah, I also bought Boo and I bought Waluigi. Forgot about that because I have to buy those amiibo because glow in the dark Boo is love and life.
Also, because how many amiibo do you have right now, Ron?
I don't want to come up with a number. It's too many.
Oh my god!
It's as many characters as there are in Smash, plus a few other random ones. So,
yep,
I have all of the Smash amiibo except for the three ones that aren't out yet. So
I've heard collecting those are pretty much crack as well. So
yes, definitely. They're also pretty hard to find. A lot of them are. So
yeah,
I'm sure it'll be worth something someday. So.
Or at least you hope so.
That's all that matters.
Maybe. We'll see. Anyway, we will get into our E3 discussion now that we've wrapped that up. Any thoughts before we get into this, guys?
There was a lot of surprises.
There was a lot of surprises. Ubisoft felt like it took 5 years.
Some disappointments.
Yeah. I'd say a couple really good surprises and mostly disappointments.
Yeah.
But whatever. Yeah. To start out, I'm just going to say we're only going to talk really about the games that we are kind of interested in as a group, or at least that one of us is particularly interested in. Otherwise, we'll probably just mention the stuff they talked about but not get into it. So, to start out, I will go with EA's conference. One of the games I wanted to talk about a little bit was Titanfall 2. Comes out October 28th, this time for PS4, Xbone, and PC. One thing they confirmed is that there's going to be 6 classes of Titans, a lot more customization shit compared to last time, a progression system probably better than the previous one, which was just like, I don't know, you just unlock stuff as you went along. I'm just hoping it's more interesting than before, I guess. I played it a lot.
Basic shooter unlock.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be general, yeah. I'm hoping it's a bit more advanced this time, so.
Yeah.
They confirmed that the single player is completely offline this time. So, don't even have to go online to play it. You can play it offline, which is pretty neat.
Yeah, because...
Go ahead.
Sorry. No, I was going to say the last one was just multiplayer, so you couldn't even sort of play it offline.
I mean, there was a story mode, but it was mixed into the multiplayer, so, yeah.
Yeah, it was mixed in with the matches, so...
Yeah, and it also sucked ass, so... There's also going to be a closed beta. I'm not sure if they gave details on when that launches, but I'll probably be interested in trying it out.
I think they said at the end of the summer.
Sure.
They mentioned something like that.
That makes sense. And the coolest game changer I saw was that there's a grappling hook now that the pilots have, so you can like latch onto something and pull yourself towards it. Even other Titans, you can pull them into you, or other pilots, and kick them. And
that
shit.
seemed pretty cool.
Yeah, it looked really cool in the video that we saw.
It looked just like Call of Duty's, but anyway.
I mean,
or Call of Duty's just Call of Duty's maybe just looked just like Titanfall.
Yeah,
that.
Yep.
But yeah.
Another thing I think they revealed it a long time ago is that the Titans have like swords now. I think so.
Yeah, one of them does. His name's like Ronin or something.
Yeah,
something like that.
They started showing. I think
it.
some of the Titans specifically. I think they actually have names and shit this time instead of the ogre and
generic.
Lame stuff. So.
Generic class.
Yep.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty excited for this. So
I'm a little bit more optimistic after seeing that. I am.
I'm optimistic, but for me, I'm only going to buy one shooter, and it's going to probably not be Titanfall.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm kind of annoyed at, is how it's releasing literally 1 week before Battlefield 1, which is kind of a bad idea in my opinion, because that's going to hurt them more than help them, but...
I agree.
I don't know. I personally enjoyed Titanfall, the first one, more than I enjoyed any Battlefield game, so that's why I'm leaning towards it. And I'm a little worried that the player base is going to drop off again, and so I feel like I need to get in early and play it, whereas Battlefield is going to have an established community for a while, probably, so...
Right.
I don't know.
Yep.
I'm debating.
We'll see, I guess.
I'm debating. So
if they do it well enough, then there'll still be a player base. I mean, it dropped off in the first one because lack of content for really mostly, and fracturing the player base with the DLC.
For sure.
That was another thing they announced. The DLC for Titanfall 2 will all be completely free.
Yeah, which is amazing for EA because I don't think they've done that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's not
it's a smart move though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's not buy the $60 base game and then spend $50 on the season pass to get all the maps like Battlefront was. So
especially if you put it up against Call of Duty, which you have to pay like $80 to get Infinite Warfare and the Modern Warfare plus the $60 season pass or $50 or whatever. So
it's crazy,
freaking ridiculous that people pay that much for it. But
oh well. Up next, we got Battlefield 1, the kind of thing that everyone was waiting for, I think, from EA. One of the bigger ones, at least. It's going to have a October 21st release date for 2016, and then they're planning on having an open beta this summer, which will be nice. They usually have that anyway, but be good to try it out. Some of the big features are dynamic weather. So during the match, they're going to have weather actually changing and affect the play field and affect the visuals a little bit more than like Levolution and stuff like that did. And then the destruction did look better than BF3 and 4. It looked like more Bad Company 2 level to where you can almost destroy anything. So
especially that giant blimp that like falls on the freaking map. That looks so dope.
That was awesome, and I love that it's not pre-programmed to fall in a certain place since it's player controlled. It's going to fall wherever and destroy what's ever under it. I love that.
And it actually leaves like residue of like metal and stuff too.
Yep,
which is really cool.
Yep. I thought it was kind of funny that they kept saying how much of a game changer the blimp is, but every single team that got the blimp still lost. So I'm interested to see how much damage it actually does in a multiplayer game.
Well, I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be how you use it, honestly. Like, no one's really played it yet, so they don't really know how to use it. I mean, the demo we saw, or the multiplayer demo we saw, was they played it for an hour, and the rounds were like 20 minutes each. So
that might be it too, I guess. So.
I mean, once you actually practice with it, I'm sure you can rain hell down on it, because it has those big-ass cannons, so...
You guys are making
it looks awesome, though.
You guys are making it even harder for me to pick between Titanfall and Battlefield.
Right?
Like, because I'm remembering all the fucking Battlefield stuff now, and I'm so conflicted.
It looked pretty sweet, man.
The tanks looked amazing, by the way. I love the tanks. They're these giant...
And the tank animations, too, like, just everything. All the little details they finally put in, like, back into it.
Yeah.
And the fact, like, then there was one part where they were shooting in a building that had a bunch of wooden planks for walls, and the wooden planks were individually getting busted apart. And you don't really see that in multiplayer games all that much.
No.
Except for like Rainbow Six Siege, kind of, but...
Yeah.
It's good to see that coming to the multiplayer part of it, just all these little details that we would normally kind of get in single player.
For sure. Yeah.
Alright. EA also talked about their sports games like Madden and FIFA. They talked about the new Mass Effect game. I'm not going to try to say the name of it, but...
Andromeda?
Andromeda. They didn't really spend too much time on that. They just kind of briefly touched it. They talked about Star Wars.
They did a teaser.
They talked about Star Wars, and they talked about Star Wars multiple times and for a long time. They showed they kind of announced but not really announced 3 new Star Wars games.
Yeah, Battlefront 2, Visceral's game, and Respawn's game, I think. Yeah.
Yep. And they also showed Fee, which is kind of an indie game coming to that EA's sponsoring, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Yeah, EA Originals, that's what it's called. And that actually looked really fun. We don't know a whole lot, but it looked good, and the art style was pretty cool. So
yeah, kind of a platformer game. Looks pretty fun.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. Anything to add to any of that, or?
How'd you guys feel about EA's conference as a whole?
Overall, it wasn't too bad. They spent a lot of time on Star Wars, I thought, just because they announced 50 games for it. But...
Yeah. I remember you guys thought that was crazy that they were going to announce another Star Wars game, but they hit it pretty hard. And I was expecting 1 more. I wasn't expecting 3 more Star Wars games.
Yeah.
That's insane to me. So,
I don't know.
And again, we don't know anything about them, but yeah.
I was a little disappointed at the lack of surprises in the conference. I guess EA has never really been known for showing surprises, but the only game we didn't really know about already was Fee. I mean, we knew Battlefront 2 was coming, we knew Respawn was making a Star Wars game, and I think we knew Visceral was making a Star Wars game too, so it's not like there was anything really... There wasn't really an announcement even, it was just kind of confirming they're being worked on, so...
Yeah. Yep. I thought they spent a little bit too much time on the sports stuff, but...
Oh yeah, bringing the FIFA guy out, the manager, who was just super
that was weird.
He's like, I'm still mad at you.
It was really,
It's like, awkward moment. But yeah.
Overall, it wasn't too bad though. I was fairly impressed.
I just wanted to see Battlefield and Titanfall gameplay, so I got that. So I'm happy.
Yeah, and the best part was the Battlefield gameplay, and it technically wasn't part of their conference, but. That was the best part, and it was definitely worth my time to watch, just because.
Oh, for sure,
definitely. Freaking Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg smoking a blunt playing the game. That was insane. I was
Him and Wiz.
Yeah.
And then I'm pretty sure Jamie Foxx and Zac Efron were blazed before they got up there.
Oh god,
yeah.
they were laughing way too hard at simple stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And there was also Terry Crews, PC Master Race, playing mouse and keyboard.
PC Master Race. Dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Asked him what he preferred to play, and mouse keyboard.
Mouse keyboard, dude.
Snoop Dogg was running into a wall for a while too. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. Yeah.
With the blunt in his mouth.
Yeah.
That was...
Yeah, with the blunt in the mouth. Yep.
Anyway.
All right. Next is Bethesda's conference, and we'll briefly hit some of the stuff they went over. So the first was Fallout 4 DLC. Well, not the first, but the first we'll talk about. And there's Contraptions Workshop, which is coming out June 21st, so a little over a week, or just under a week, I guess. Vault Tech Workshop, which is July, and Nuka World, which is August.
Yeah.
Contraptions, to me, looked like kind of cool, but kind of gimmicky.
It seems like something that could be handled by mods, so I guess I don't personally care about that much.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's not that bad.
But the Vault stuff seemed really neat.
The Vault Tech one, yeah.
The Vault looked really cool. Experiment on Vault Dwellers, which, I mean...
Love that.
Yeah. And honestly, if it's what I think if it's Fallout Shelter in the game,
that's what I was thinking too.
That's what it looked like, almost.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, I'm pretty excited about it. And then Nuka World looked amazing. And we didn't even see anything on it, and I'm excited for it. So,
and apparently some more rumors came out about Nuka World. You're going to be able to get to play as a raider, join the raider gangs and stuff, and then raid stuff like they
that'd
do
be awesome.
And stuff like
that.
Like
a quest line kind of, or what? I guess
I don't know.
Maybe.
It's almost like a faction, I think, is what it sounds like.
Oh wow!
There was just a little bit of leaks and stuff. So
that's
it sounded
pretty
like
cool.
you were going to be able to actually do raiders. So.
Todd did say that the nuclear world was run by raiders, so it would make sense there was maybe a raiders faction, I guess. So
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's pretty cool.
I bet you'll be able to join a raider faction, and that would be pretty sweet.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, where you're up, Chase.
They also, after Fallout, we're going to go and, of course, talk about the Doom updates. I'll just hit that quick, since I'm sure no one else cares about that but me.
Well, it's just multiplayer stuff, so...
Yeah, it was
well, they did Snap
multiplayer
Map
stuff.
too, I think, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much part of multiplayer, though. They're gonna do some more Snap Map updates. Those will be free to everyone. They're gonna add in more of the single-player content, like the weapon wheel, more of the hell environment, stuff like that. So that'll be nice, be able to get some more variation in Snap Maps that get put out. Then for multiplayer side of things, they're gonna release some more game modes, single flag capture the flag, and then like a capture and hold mode. Mm-hmm. And finally, some free-for-all modes. They said they're going to release 3 separate free-for-all modes, which is kind of weird, so I'm kind of wondering what they're going to do for that.
It's cool because id took control back for the multiplayer, I believe, so they make it good again.
According to what the article or the interviews were saying with him, they were kind of disappointed in the direction it ended up taking.
Yeah.
When it was released, and they wanted to take control back of it. So now that the other studio kind of did their part, they have a base to work on. Hopefully, we get some real nice improvements that the community's been asking for. So
for sure.
Yeah. For sure.
They also announced their first multiplayer DLC, Unto the Evil. There's going to be more multiplayer maps, new playable demons, some more guns and equipment stuff like that, and then of course skins and all that stuff.
Yep.
Cool.
They, I believe, and also one of the other articles and leaks that I read, they are planning on for this either this update or one of the next future ones. Besides adding in Vulkan support, finally, they're gonna add in a classic gun model view to so you know how the classic Dooms had the gun center screen.
Nope.
Yeah.
They're gonna do that. So
yeah, that's awesome.
So that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then this E3 week, they also released the first level of Doom free, which
we did it.
We played it.
Yay.
We did it.
It was good. I found the secret run, and that's all that matters.
Did you find the secret Doom level?
I found the secret. I don't know what it meant, but I found it.
But not the classic Doom level. Sad.
All
right. Next up, we have Quake Champions. Probably the biggest surprise of Bethesda's conference. I think there was a lot of rumors that Quake was coming back, but no one thought that id would already have it to show off a little bit. Yeah, I mean, it was more of an announcement, kind of CGI trailer versus an actual gameplay. But
yeah,
they said they're gonna give more info at QuakeCon on August 4th. So.
Yep.
And it sounds like it's gonna be PC exclusive.
Yeah,
it did sound like that. Yep.
And they at least mentioned unlocked frame rates and 120 hertz and stuff. So
yeah, well, I remember the guy mentioning
it was PC only. Actually,
the guy mentioned on PC specifically. He didn't mention consoles at all.
Yeah, because then he started talking about it. It's like unlocked frame rates and stuff. So yeah, I don't know if you guys paid too much attention, but basically they confirmed 4 heroes because there's only 4 heroes in that trailer and not too much more besides the frame rate stuff and like that. But
yeah.
I
know some people are disappointed. I was going to say, I think Chase was about to say that it seems,
I was saying the only bad thing is
hero-based shooter versus a regular Quake kind of game. So
arena style.
Yeah.
So we'll see how the Overwatch clones start rolling out, because it almost sounds like it's going to be that.
I'm sure they want some of that Overwatch money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think it'll be okay. I don't think we need to worry too much. We just because we don't know anything about it, so.
Right.
Yeah, and it's id, so hopefully they stay true to the source material. They've done that for all the other.
It doesn't sound like it though, because apparently they're doing abilities per person, and each person has specific weapons. It's not.
Yeah, but that's what we know of. I mean, we might get more info later, and it might be
right.
The weapons that you start with are kind of like just sidearms almost or something. Who knows?
Well, I don't think so. It's like a main or a primary, secondary, but then you can also drop and pick up other weapons too. So
Yeah,
there's that.
so maybe that.
So
Yeah.
it does have that classic arena style still there, but I guess we'll have to wait till QuakeCon for more info.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
All right. Next, another kind of surprise, but was kind of leaked. Prey was announced, and it's not Prey 2. It's the reboot of Prey, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep.
I don't know. It looked good.
Yeah, it looks kind of more like a predecessor, or like we were talking about, successor to System Shock 2, is what people kind of said. It's kind of almost like a horror-y, I don't know. Not exactly what the Prey 2 trailer that was released a long time ago looks like. So some people are kind of disappointed in it, but...
Yeah, some people are disappointed, it sounded like. But once again, we didn't see much. It was just like a CGI trailer, and we'll learn more info again at QuakeCon, but from what we saw, it looked okay.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to jump on board and say it's going to be a good game or anything right now, but...
Yeah, we'll see.
Kind of interesting. Yeah, we'll see.
And they did confirm all 3 platforms as well that it would be available on. So.
Yeah, for Prey. Yeah.
For sure. All right. So next up we have Bethesda VR. One of the I think bigger announcements. Maybe other people didn't really care about it, but is that they're going to be putting Fallout 4 and Doom in VR completely. So
that's crazy.
I think that's a huge announcement for VR, at least.
Oh yeah.
Which is just mind blowing to me. I mean, most people right now are just putting their small little games in VR, and it's kind of the first step towards putting AAA games in VR. Like, I can't imagine roaming around the wasteland in VR, so...
Right?
Oh, God.
And it is the full game, because I don't know if it was the post-show or whatever, but somebody said, like, if we don't stop people from playing, they could legitimately, like, go through the entire storyline of Fallout 4 tonight if they want to. So,
that's crazy.
It is for sure the full game and everything, so that is awesome.
Yeah.
So with that, did they only mentioned the Vive, so is that exclusive to the Vive?
Oh, no, they mentioned the Rift, I thought.
No, they mentioned Vive only. Yep.
Oh, it was Vive. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
But the Vive is also built on the open platform.
Yeah, I was
so
gonna
I'm sure
say
it'll be able to work with Rift, but I'm sure they have some deal with HTC or something
maybe they do.
That they're supporting Vive more or something. I don't know.
There's something weird there because I heard they recently or Bethesda has shown stuff on the Rift then before, and now they switched to the Vive or something. So who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not a fan.
I kind of hate how VR is
splitting. Yeah.
Segmenting. Yeah. Well, that's why you support the open platform like the Vive and those guys, so that it can.
If I got VR, it would probably be a Vive. Although I am kind of interested in the PlayStation VR, so we'll see.
Yeah, I guess VR looks awesome too, but yeah. Okay.
After that, they kind of went through, talked about Dishonored 2 was getting released. Did we have a date for that? November 11th, 2016.
Yeah.
That'll be released. And then they also announced some Elder Scrolls Online updates. They're undoing the level cap for that, or not the level cap, but the level restrictions for areas.
Yeah.
And then their card game, the Elder Scrolls Legends.
Yep.
And then this was kind of expected, but the Skyrim remaster called Skyrim Special Edition.
Yep.
That'll also be out in October.
Yep.
The cool thing that I thought, though, was that if you already own the Legendary Edition or all the DLC, then you'll get a free upgrade on the 28th.
On the PC.
On Steam only.
On PC,
Steam
right?
Only.
Yep. So that's kind of nice, though. And then they also said that existing mods should mostly work with it, so that'll be nice.
Oh, I didn't realize they said existing mods.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because somebody asked about that.
That's huge.
So,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's huge.
Somebody asked about that recently. They're also bringing console mods to it too. So that's not a big surprise though.
Yeah.
But yeah, someone asked about if existing mods would work or not, and they said that they should mostly work. I'm sure there'll be a few little bugs and tweaks, but it shouldn't be like you'd have to totally remake your entire mod library. So that's nice.
Yeah,
sure. All right. Next up, we have Microsoft, which was in the morning on Monday. So. First up, we're going to talk a little bit about... Oh, actually, should we recap Bethesda? Like what we thought of the whole conference?
Yeah, I was going to say...
Yeah, I totally forgot about that.
I guess the only thing I really have to say about Bethesda is I seriously can't stress the VR stuff enough. I think that's huge. And
definitely.
I think it was definitely a really, really nice surprise for me, at least. So.
A lot of people were disappointed, but I actually thought Bethesda's was pretty mind blowing, to be honest, with Quake and Prey both being announced.
Right away, yeah.
Oh, I was surprised at that as well.
We also didn't mention that they kind of teased at Wolfenstein, the new Wolfenstein.
They did,
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
that was like right at the beginning. Like it
was during the Quake thing, like the whole command.
Yeah, the command,
the old DOS thing. Yeah.
Yep. They had the release date for that blocked out with asterisks, so they kind of teased at a new Wolfenstein
They kind of did
game.
tease, yep.
For sure. I'm sure we'll hear about that either soon or next E3. So.
Yep.
But yeah, I enjoyed the conference. So.
Same here. I enjoyed it pretty well. Like you said, a lot of people are kind of disappointed. I'm guessing because no Elder Scrolls 6 announcement, which I did not expect at all. So,
which is funny because today they came out and said that they're working on 2 new IPs, and the article I read made it sound like they were releasing both those IPs before Elder Scrolls 6. So we'll be waiting a long time for Elder Scrolls 6.
From what I heard, they confirmed that Elder Scrolls 6 has been in development, but they did not give a expected release or anything like that. So
they said it'll be a while, is what Todd Howard said. So
yeah,
Todd Howard, yeah.
Todd Howard. All right, cool.
Right,
I think we can go ahead and move on to Microsoft now, since I jumped the gun earlier.
That's fine.
We'll first up talk about Sea of Thieves. I thought Sea of Thieves looked actually kind of interesting. It's like a sandbox kind of game, co-op online, where you're a pirate and you go sail around and screw up other people's, ships and shit. So
I thought it looked really fun. I loved how it wasn't like a scripted gameplay. Like they had like real YouTubers play the game, and it looked like they were like really having a fun time. So
other people were salty about that, but I thought that was actually kind of funny to watch. So
yeah, I thought so too. I don't want to see the scripted like Wildlands was, which we'll talk about later.
Yeah.
Oh,
but yeah, I thought it was a lot better. So it looked good.
For sure, I liked it.
Next, they also showed off We Happy Few, which is, I don't know when you want to call it an indie game, but it's coming out July 26th. It's from the developers, or some of the same developers as BioShock, and it looked really good.
The trailer looked really good. So yeah.
Yeah. I'm actually excited. It's definitely a game that I personally am gonna look at and probably buy right away when it comes out. So
yeah, provided it's good, and
provided it's good. Yeah, that's
on the same level as like BioShock and stuff. So I'm hoping so. I remember reading about it a long time ago. I can't believe it's actually early releasing. So
yeah.
So
cool. They also announced their 2 new consoles, which we call that the Xbox One S, their slim version. I
think
it's supposed to be 40% slimmer, $200 or $300, sorry, $299, and it's supposed to come out in August. It's also going to have 4K output for video only, I believe.
Yep.
As well as a 4 terabyte hard drive. And then after that, they announced more details on their.
I'm pretty sure it's 2 terabyte hard drive. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's 2 terabyte. That's right. I think so.
Yeah.
That sounds more.
That sounds more realistic, considering
realistic.
Previous ones were only like 500 gigs, so
12 terabytes.
Oh god,
of RAM.
Can you imagine when that'll be the same?
Downloadmoreram.com. All right.
Okay. After that, they kind of gave more details on Project Scorpio. All Xbox One games will be playable on all 3 consoles, the One, the One S, and the Scorpio that's supposed to come out next year, holiday 2017, I believe. Yeah. Yep. And then not many other details other than 6 teraflops of power, which was kind of leaked anyway previously. Mm-hmm. So
apparently
we'll have to see.
Apparently they said that some developers could develop exclusively for the Scorpio if they wanted. So
yeah, he made a really big deal about No One's Left Behind. But then, like, later he was like, honestly, it's just up to the developers. So,
Yeah. Well, they're also supporting the Rift with the Scorpio, so that'll be interesting.
Okay, yeah, they are, because they used the Rift in the conference for something, didn't they?
Minecraft, I think.
Minecraft, I think, yeah. So
that'll be interesting to see, like, because how powerful the Scorpio is if it can support the Rift. That'll be pretty interesting.
Yeah, that'll be really interesting.
All right.
We'll have to wait for more info, though, I guess.
All right. So I don't think any of us cared too much about a lot of Microsoft stuff. So there's a lot of stuff on our also list, but they also mentioned Gears 4, Scalebound, which looks kind of like a Final Fantasy ripoff with dinosaurs, but I don't know. Final Fantasy 15, of course, which they did a really terrible trailer or gameplay demo on stage for that one.
Yeah, it wasn't as good as the other ones, but yeah. Okay.
Killer Instinct, I think they just talked about the new Gears character for that. Halo Wars 2, which I don't know if I think they only showed the CGI trailer for that. Maybe a little gameplay, but I don't know. Recore, which actually looks kind of interesting to me. I might buy it. Apparently it's written by some of the same people who wrote Metroid Prime, so could be good. So
yeah.
Have to see.
Yeah, Forza Horizon 3, which... Oh, by the way, all of these games are also releasing on PC, so every single game they announced is releasing Xbox and PC and cross-buy.
There was no Xbox exclusive only games, right?
Yep.
And supposedly in the future as well. All of their first-party titles.
Yep.
So yep.
Interesting.
So Halo 6 on PC.
Yeah.
Halo 6 on PC. Confirmed. Pretty much confirmed. So.
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much.
It's all but confirmed, honestly.
Yeah. They also mentioned some Division DLC, which, whatever. They talked about Minecraft.
Which was retarded. I don't want to talk about Minecraft.
That demo was awful. The only thing is that they
it's the same world that they've used multiple times in the demo. They announced
cross-platform play between iOS, Android, Windows 10, and Rift, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, and the reason they got away with that is because they said Windows 10, which is way behind the actual PC version.
Yep.
So
the Windows 10 version is just the mobile version, just released on the
Windows 10 store.
Essentially,
store,
yes. Yes, yeah.
We'll see if they catch up eventually, but
no.
Some game called Inside, which I think is from the people who made Limbo.
Oh, yep. They didn't really say anything about that, but
yeah, no news. I think it comes out this summer though. But anyway, they also showed off Gwent, which is the Witcher card game. I'm probably gonna buy that right away because I freaking love Gwent in Witcher. So, Tekken 7, whatever, Dead Rising 4 looks Christmas themed this time. Looks kind of fun, but apparently they're bringing back the old original character, so that's interesting.
Yeah.
State of Decay 2, which I think Matt cares more about than I do, but
yeah.
Kind of like a zombie survival game. So customizable controllers, which is pretty neat because you can go on the web and you can pick individual colors and parts for your controller and actually order a custom controller. So
that's pretty neat.
I thought that was really cool too, but it's not like I don't think I'll buy one. So
yeah,
but it's cool.
That's pretty neat. Xbox Live updates. They just talked about you can play background music now on your Xbox. That's a huge announcement.
Again.
Again.
Like you're able to on the 360.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
or the original Xbox.
And then they added looking for players or something like that, and tournaments and clubs and stuff.
They added looking for players that Steam has, and I see people using it. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? You're not going to find anybody. So if it's anything like that, it's not going to.
I think Steam's is just a status, though. It doesn't actually seek.
I think it is just a status. Yeah, that might be true.
And then they also just mentioned that Arc is going to be coming to Play Anywhere, so you cross-buy between PC and Xbox.
That just does not sound good yet because there's been no optimizations on that game. It's going to play like poop.
Yeah, it's still greenlight, right? So.
Yeah, it's still
not greenlight, but it's early access.
Sorry, early access is what I meant. Yeah,
it's the next DayZ. It's going to be early access for 5 years. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
Out of all those games you just said, Ron, the only ones I'm kind of interested in is Recore, Forza Horizon 3, and State of Decay.
Oh, yeah.
Everything else I don't care.
I'm pretty meh on all of them.
Yeah.
Fucking Gwent, dude. Fucking Gwent.
Ron loves his Gwent.
Get your shit together, man. Play some Gwent. Just wait till you start playing Witcher, Matt. Just wait. You're gonna fall in love with Gwent.
What did we think about Microsoft overall?
It was. Meh. I thought it was okay. It was not as good as Bethesda, in my opinion.
I don't think it was so either.
It was also not anywhere near as good as Sony, but we'll get into that later. But I love that they are doing a lot of the cross-buy stuff with PC. I feel like that's actually going to hurt them in the long run with console sales, but I think probably they don't care because people are buying their games anyway. So,
but it'll be software sales, so they'll make up the difference one way or another. So.
Exactly.
And honestly, with that stuff, like it makes no sense for me to not buy the Xbox One version, even though I don't have an Xbox One.
Yeah.
Because I'll get the PC anyway. So. Yeah.
For sure,
that's true.
I don't know. I agree. It was kind of just it was a good conference, but it wasn't great.
Yeah, that Minecraft section went on way too freaking long. Holy god!
And it was so stupid. Yeah, the Minecraft thing just made me mad. But all right, cool. Next we'll talk about PC gaming a little bit, and PC gaming went over a ton of stuff, and we're just gonna lightly hit
a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything. The first thing is Mountain Blade 2. I'm kind of stoked for this game. I played the first one, and I have like all the DLC. I don't think I've played all the DLC, but the second one, it looked much the same, a little bit improved graphics, but they said like the political system and the economic system also was improved. So if you know anything about Mountain Blade, be on the look for that because it looked awesome, in my opinion. But I don't think you guys really have anything to say on that, do you?
No.
Meh. Not really, no.
I don't know anything about it,
so. They also talked about Dawn of War 3. Which is another Warhammer game, RTS. They talked about Oxygen Not Included, which is by the same people who made
Don't Starve.
Giant Cop, which looked kind of meh. They talked about Ark. They talked about Lawbreakers, which looked pretty good in my opinion. I don't know.
I think is that the one that was like Titanfall on crack?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's how he explained it.
Yeah.
So it looked good. I don't know if I'd buy it, but
yeah.
They also talked about AMD GPU and CPUs, which I don't think we'll talk about that at all. Just they talked about it at the conference.
That conference was pretty heavily sponsored by AMD.
It is. Yeah. It is extremely sponsored by AMD, so that's why they talked about it. They mentioned Killing Floor 2, which is still in early access.
Release is coming soon, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, release is coming soon. Super Hot VR, which looked pretty cool because Super Hot looks pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
They also said talked about Turing Test, Mirage Warfare, Deus Ex, and Serious Sam VR. I don't know anything about those games, so.
Mirage Warfare
Deus Ex is pretty cool.
Yeah. I was gonna say Mirage Warfare is like a Magic Chivalry game. It's from the people who make Chivalry.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's what that one is. Okay.
Could be good. So.
That could be good. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Their conference was kind of in general, just because it was so boring.
It was really boring, and it seemed really, even though it was really organized, it seemed really unorganized.
It seemed really scripted.
Like I think you said, Chase, it seemed like a freaking talk show. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just weird.
It was weird.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of it, but I think we actually skipped over to Ubisoft early because we were so bored by PC gaming, so...
Yeah.
Of course, they have only been doing it for 2 years now.
Year.
This was their second one, so maybe they'll do better next year. I think they're just trying to figure out what to do.
Yeah.
Really.
And it's clearly not as big as the other ones. So, and I know that, so they're not probably putting a lot of time into it. But
yeah,
it was alright. I mean, I guess if you were interested in any of those games, it was probably for you. But
yeah. All right. So next up, we have Ubisoft. I don't know about you guys, but their conference was kind of a train wreck, but almost in kind of an entertaining way. So,
yeah, it's always entertaining with Ubisoft. So,
yeah. First up, we're going to talk a little bit about South Park. I thought South Park looked super good. Releases December 6th, 2016. Looks freaking hilarious. Just based on the trailers they had. There was one like super inappropriate joke about like Kanye's mom, which
yeah,
that was interesting, but
surprised they put that in the trailer.
Yeah, we'll see when Kanye blows up about it because
oh god,
it sounds like he's going to be in the game because of the gay fish thing. So
yeah.
Has PC Principal in it. I know you guys probably don't watch the current South Park, but he's been in the last like couple seasons. He's probably one of the best characters they've had in a while. So looks pretty awesome.
And if you pre-order it, you get Stick of Truth.
Yes, that's
which
true.
Is the big thing to me.
Which also means Stick of Truth is being ported to next gen console or current gen consoles, I should say, because they weren't on it before. So, what else was I gonna say? Oh, they have like a new combat system, so you can actually move around on the battlefield, like move closer to opponents, almost like a kind of a Fire Emblem style, almost. Mm-hmm. So, but allows a little bit smaller of a battlefield, I believe. So, I don't know. It looks interesting. I'm definitely probably going to buy that day one because I really like Stick of Truth. So,
it looked fun. It made me want to buy it, which is what it should have done. So, but
yeah, that's true.
It looked good. It looked good.
For shizzy.
Up next, we got Watch Dogs 2. Kind of meh about Watch Dogs, but the trailer did look pretty good. But of course, all of Ubisoft's trailers look good. But
yeah, I was gonna say the trailer that they showed during E3 was much better than the one they released before E3. Like, I don't know, I thought the one before E3 was really boring. So.
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess we'll see how well it transfers over to actual release. But it's supposed to be coming out soon. TM.
Yeah. Well, they have an actual release date for it, November, I think. November something.
Watch Dogs 2, November 15th.
Yep.
There you go.
One thing I found interesting is that you can play through the game in co-op with people. So
yep.
The entire game.
I'm with Chase on this one. I have to see the reviews on release in order to buy it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. So I'm not going to get burned by Watch Dogs again, so...
Not going to risk it?
No, I'm not.
And apparently they have a Watch Dogs movie in production.
Yeah, they did talk about that, which is weird.
Well, apparently they announced it a long time ago, but they just basically
before the first game even released.
Yeah.
Which is insane to me. And it seems like a weird premise for a movie. Like, it doesn't seem like a good movie type.
It almost seems like Far Cry would make a better movie than Watch Dogs to me, but...
Yeah. Watch Dogs almost seems like Born Identity / like... future, like crap, what's that one movie with Tom Cruise where the future
the precog thing?
Yeah.
That we're talking about?
Oh god, I know what that is too.
Oh god, that's gonna bother me so much now.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
Okay.
Alright.
You can interject when you find it out.
I'll just randomly interject with the movie name.
Perfect.
No, I'm gonna find it right now. Precog. Where is it?
Minority Report.
Minority Report, yes!
Did you, Ron?
That was bothering me.
Yes, Minority Report.
Yes.
Kind of like that, plus, yeah. So we'll see, I guess.
Except no predicting future crimes, but yeah.
Well, yeah, but it's like futuristic type crap.
Yeah.
In a modern city, whatever.
Anyway, enough about Watch Dogs, I think. Let's move on to Steep. Which was basically Ubisoft's big surprise this year. It looks almost like an SSX type game, like a snowboarding, skiing. I think there's like gliding.
There's flight suit.
Yeah, flight suit, and there's something else too, but I don't remember what it is. Whatever. Maybe just free falling. I already said skiing.
Yeah.
Oh, did you? Sorry.
Yeah. It seemed like they kind of put a huge emphasis on the social features, which is probably the only thing I'm kind of indifferent on about it. Like, I really like SSX for the actual story and stuff, so maybe the sandbox feel to this is going to kind of turn me off to it, but I love SSX games, so I've been kind of waiting for a new one for a while, so...
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see if I end up getting it. It looks fun. Like, you can, like, view your replays of last moments at any time. Apparently, as you play, like, you get more and more lines down the mountain to see all the different times you went down it and which paths you took and stuff, so...
That'd be neat.
It looks fun, but I don't know if I'm going to buy it.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I don't know if it's a game that I want to buy right away.
It's something I might grab on sale at some point for cheap, so...
Yeah, exactly.
Alright.
And then after that, some of the other ones they mentioned, everybody's favorite, Just Dance, 2017.
I'm so glad we learned more information on that game. I was like, man, I don't know what I would have done if they wouldn't have talked about that.
I know, right? They also talked about Ghost Recon Wildlands, which I'm still kind of interested in. It seems like what the Division should have been. So,
I'm very interested in Wildlands, actually.
So I'm gonna see about that. I'm gonna keep an eye on that.
The gameplay
this was
trailer.
the demo.
The gameplay.
It's supposed to be out March 7th next year.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Maybe.
Yep, that's correct.
This was the demo that was really scripted, and it felt really weird. I feel like they could have really done a better job with it, but I don't know. It looked fun. It looked like it had teamwork stuff to it. I don't know.
for sure.
For sure. That's like I said. I think it's what the Division was meant to be. So
probably.
Yeah. And speaking of the Division, they announced more Division DLC. Saw that coming. Eagle Flight, Star Trek Bridge Crew VR, I believe, is what that was for.
Yeah. Same with
For
Eagle
Honor. Yeah, For Honor, Grow Up, Trials of the Blood Dragon, which is a Trials game with Blood Dragon theme.
Which bummed me out.
We talked a little bit about the Assassin's Creed movie.
Yep. Fun stuff.
Yeah. So what did you guys think about the Ubisoft conference then?
God, it went way too long. It was 2 hours long.
I was watching this at Ron's, and there was multiple times that we were like, all right, so they're gonna show Watch Dogs 2, and then they're gonna be done. Yep. Watch Dogs then done. Watch Dogs then done. Like, we said that like 3 times and just kept going. It was insane. It was so long.
Yeah, all the demos that they did were way too long.
Yeah.
I think they kind of planned poorly on that one, but
definitely.
I guess they paid for the 2 hours.
Yeah.
They need to take a note from what Sony did this year.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Which I think we can use that as a little segue into the Sony.
Sony
part, yeah. So, Sony, freaking winners of E3, in my opinion, but...
I would agree with that. But...
Yeah. I will go ahead first talk about a little bit of God of War, which was their first thing they showed, and was probably the big surprise. I think there was a lot of rumors about it coming back, but they actually showed some gameplay in the demo, and it looks...
Very first.
Yeah.
Game too.
Yeah, very first game right off the bat. They started with God of War.
Yeah.
It almost looks like God of War meets Last of Us, like with the way that you have a kid now apparently, and you're teaching him to kill.
Yeah, but it almost looked to me like that was the intro to the game. So we don't know if that kid's gonna be there forever.
They confirmed that you play as Kratos the entire game.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, maybe that kid maybe it's like a Fallout 4 where your kid gets stolen or something, and whatever.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. That or he dies and Kratos goes on a rampage,
or something like that. Yeah.
Gets reminded of his wife and kid dying in the first game.
Oh God, yeah,
getting murdered.
Should we have said spoilers at any point in time?
It's in the intro. It's in the intro of the first game. You don't see it in the game, so.
Or do you mean spoilers for the old
game? Spoilers for the new game that we just called that his kid's gonna die and or get stolen.
Oh. Well, it's not a spoiler, but it's a guess.
That's a future spoiler.
It's totally a spoiler. People,
it's gonna happen.
From now, are gonna be listening to this podcast. And
be like, holy shit, they knew.
They were right.
It's like Minority Report.
Yep, we're all precogs.
We are. So, all right.
I thought God of War looked awesome. Like the over-the-shoulder view, just everything about it, combat. I'm super stoked for it. So it actually is called God of War as well. It's a reboot. It seems like,
is it a reboot or?
Well, I mean,
it's got to be. I mean,
right?
It's kind of the start of a new trilogy, at least, or something like that. So
or something like that. Yeah. Okay.
So that makes me wonder if the kid will die if they're doing a reboot, because that was the whole point of. Or the whole storyline of the original games was his wife and son being murdered, and then he goes on a rampage against the gods.
Yep, he got real mad, started killing him.
Got a little bit butthurt.
A little bit butthurt.
Real pissed off.
Very angry. All
right. Next, we're talking about Horizon Zero Dawn a little bit, which is slated to release February 28th. 2017.
Yeah.
That game looked really good. Like, I think everybody expected it to look. I thought it was going to look really good, and it looked really good.
I know people that are debating getting a PS4 just for it, so...
I'm kind of in that same boat, Ron. Like, I'm pretty jelly it's not coming to PC.
Like, even Joel said he'll probably buy a PS4 for it, so he's like
it looks awesome. Really good.
Yeah. It basically looks like Tomb Raider meets Killzone, so... Makes total sense.
I kind of felt a little bit of a Zelda vibe from it, almost, too. With, like...
Really?
Yeah, kind of. I don't know why, but I did.
Yeah. I don't know, I guess Zelda has taken influence from a lot of those kind of games anyway, so...
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's an RPG. It probably has some Zelda elements to it. But,
it reminded me most of Tomb Raider with the female protagonist and the bow and arrow and the hunting.
Yep.
Yeah.
For sure.
But
it did look really sweet, though.
It looked really sweet, and the fact that like you can see like what each thing's weakness is, right? Like and you have to use it. And then what is it? The ambient noises, I think that's what it's called, when she's like talking to herself while you're playing the game.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Most of the time those suck in video games, but like this time it was like actually like legit. She was like, "Oh, I need to aim for this" or whatever, and she like says it out loud.
It's not ambient noise, just like observational commentary, I guess is what I would call it.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I thought it looked really good.
And you hunt freaking robot dinosaurs, so I don't know how you can beat that.
They're like robot animal dinosaur thing. Yeah.
And you can ride robot.
You could ride robot dinosaurs.
the robot dinosaur animals.
As soon as I saw that, I added it to my shopping cart. So
there you go.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Yep.
Up next, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare.
Your favorite game, Chase?
I would say I'm pretty meh on the whole Call of Duty front. So, it's a thing. There's space battles now.
I just thought I'd put it on here.
Anti-gravity grenade.
Yeah, I just thought I'd put it on here because I think people were shocked at how actually fun it looks compared to the initial trailer they released. So
I haven't seen the initial trailer, but I do know it's the most unlike video game trailer on YouTube. What I saw at E3 did not look like the most unlike video game on YouTube. No. It looked actually good.
It looked like they changed enough things that
I think my reservations for that, though, like in every Call of Duty game, there's like one level or one little tiny section where you use this one super gun, and that's what the spaceship battle is going to be. It's going to be this one tiny little level where you get in a spaceship, shoot other ships, and then you land, and then that's the only time you touch a spaceship.
That's true.
No, I would probably agree with that. Yep.
That's true. Yeah. So it's not. Go ahead.
I would say I was personally more excited about the remaster of Modern Warfare 1. So
yeah,
I'm not gonna buy Call of Duty. I just can't bring myself to do it.
Yeah,
but this looked okay.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna buy it. It's not gonna change my opinion, but I am interested now in just seeing what it's like, at least.
It didn't look like the most disliked game on YouTube. I'm just gonna leave it at that. It looked good, but I'm not gonna buy it.
For sure.
On the other hand, if they release the HD remaster of Modern Warfare 1, I'll rebuy that.
Yeah, if they do it standalone, I'll consider buying that. So
I could see that happening like a month or 2
6 months down the road or something.
Yeah, something like that.
For sure. Next up we have Crash Bandicoot Remastered. They confirmed they're making both 1, 2, and 3, which is Warped. On PS4, rebuilt from the ground up. So that's freaking amazing. I know people were kind of hoping for a new game, but I honestly think this is the smartest decision to get people into Crash again.
Get a new generation into it too. Like not everyone's played Crash, so
and I think that'll generate hype for a potential new Crash game at some point. I think Activision still owns the rights, but I think if they do well enough, Naughty Dog could either buy it back or they could get Activision to help them make another game like they are with Remastered here. So
I think that's definitely the route they're trying to go with the Crash Remastered and with the Crash Skylanders. They're definitely trying to get Crash to be like another or a home...
Refranchise it.
Yeah, refranchise it. Yeah, they're trying to get people into it again. So I think it's definitely going to happen that there's another Crash game. If it does good.
If there's interest in the remaster, I can definitely see...
it's going to sell well, I think.
Just for nostalgia's sake, I'm sure people are going to pick it up, but... Yeah.
The only other thing I want to say about Crash, if you want to watch the reaction videos from E3, Crash reaction videos are the best ones.
That was probably the biggest shocker. In the whole E3 shocker for me. So.
Yep.
And they're not only remastered; they're completely remade from the ground up. Apparently.
Yes. That's what it said.
Yep. Next up from Sony, this new Spider-Man Insomniac game, which we actually thought it was going to be Sucker Punch, but it's Insomniac. So. Yeah. We don't have a release date on this, but it looks good from what we saw.
I've loved every
only a teaser.
I've loved every single Insomniac game that I've played, so I will probably be buying this, assuming it's good.
Yeah.
I can't see Insomniac screwing it up because it seems like the perfect thing for them to make.
So this one's probably going to be a PlayStation exclusive, right?
It is confirmed.
I think so. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Marvel has said this is only the beginning of the games they're going to start making for consoles. For games in general, or for superhero video games in general. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
it looks good.
Yeah.
Some of the other games they went through, Days Gone, which really reminded me of Last of Us. It was another zombie apocalypse game.
With, like, hordes of zombies, though. People were really impressed.
It looked like Last of Us and, like, Dead Rising almost combined.
Yeah.
Just because of the hordes of zombies. People are impressed at how many were on the screen at a time, and it didn't seem to, like,
honestly,
stutter.
Honestly, like a game version of 28 Days Later.
There you go.
Yeah.
It really reminded me of.
I agree with that. Yeah.
100%. They also showed off Last Guardian, which I know a lot of people were excited about that.
They gave a release date,
October 25th release date.
Yep. I am interested to see how it does, because it's been so long that I'm curious about reviews. So
For sure. And then I Am Connor. I mean, Detroit Become Human.
Connor.
It's a detective game. Basically, like Heavy Rain is what I thought.
Yep, it's David Cage. It's the same guy that made Heavy Rain.
It's the same guy that did that.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Resident Evil 7, that was a big surprise.
Yeah. I thought it was Silent Hill.
Some more info on PlayStation VR, Farpoint, Battlefront, X-Wing VR, Batman Arkham VR, and a few other VR games, I think, is what they showed off. The PSVR, they announced October 13th this year for $399, and they're going to have 50 titles at launch.
Yeah. Or I think 50 titles by the end of the year is what they said.
Oh, is it by the end of the year? Okay, I can't remember if it was by
that.
launch or by the end of the year.
Yeah.
They also, going back to Resident Evil 7, they said that's going to be PlayStation VR enabled, and that'll be out on January 24th of next year. So.
Oh, I didn't even know they had a date for it.
Yeah, they announced that one. Final Fantasy 15, also PSVR enabled, Lego Star Wars, and Death Stranding, which was Hideo Kojima's next game, which didn't really show much in the trailer, but a lot of people are interested in it because it was really avant-garde.
I thought it almost seemed like it was going to be a horror game, but I was reading that it's not a horror game, apparently, so...
I don't know what it's going to be.
I have no idea.
The guy was, giving birth to he had a baby on his umbilical cord, didn't he?
Yeah, it was weird. There was this super weird trailer.
A bunch of dead whales.
Freaking Kojima. He's strange.
And flying bodies, and I don't know. It was really weird. But people are hyped for it. And
Norman Reedus again, so...
Yep, exactly. People are hyped, though, because it's a Hideo game. So.
Yep, exactly. That's all I need to know.
Yeah.
So
the only other game
Go ahead.
that I'm interested in, and that is Resident Evil, because it looked like I thought it was Silent Hill. That's how it looked. So hopefully it's good.
Well, they're apparently releasing a demo just like PT. That's not part of the game, but they're gonna.
That's not part of the game.
Demo.
Yeah, it's almost like a prelude to the game, kind of is what I read.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, also Resident Evil VR, just because I want to have a heart attack at the age of 22. That's why.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, you could do that now with Alien Isolation. I mean.
Okay.
For sure. All right.
I know you guys were pretty impressed with the Sony conference. I thought it was done pretty well too. Overall, it was game after game after game, and there was only twice they came up on stage to talk.
Yeah, whether you're interested in the games they showed or not, the fact that they did trailer after trailer just kept blowing my mind. They never stopped to talk bullshit at us like they did for a lot of the other conferences. So
and not gonna lie, that orchestra was pretty fucking badass.
That was perfect, especially
that
for
was a good
touch
touch.
at the beginning. Yeah.
Did they have an orchestra last year? I thought they did.
No, I don't think so.
They didn't. Okay.
First time
they went all out. They went balls to the wall. I think so. They
knew they were showing epic shit. So.
They definitely knew. And I don't know. I think you guys thought I was joking, but I'm I'm gonna buy this, and I legitimately, as I was watching those trailers, I'm like, that's $60 gone. That's $60 more gone. That's $60 more gone. Legitimately, they all looked freaking amazing. Minus maybe Last Guardian. I'm not interested in some games, but most of them looked amazing to me. So
for sure,
I think Sony definitely won E3 in my mind.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
And then we figured we'd talk a little bit about Nintendo, since they showed off a few things yesterday and today a little bit. The highlight of that being Zelda, which officially has the name Zelda Breath of the Wild. So, it seems kind of very Skyrim-like. I didn't watch too much on it because this is a game I'm going to play, and I almost want to be a little spoiled when I play it. So, I didn't get too much information. I know it's very Skyrim-like. They supposedly have like 100 mini dungeons spread out throughout the world that you can go into, like little trials. So that should be interesting. Cool. Kind of like a Skyrim game. So that's kind of another thing I'm getting from that. And then they also announced that the world is 140 square miles, which, for reference, Skyrim is 16 square miles.
That's crazy.
Holy
crap.
Like, how freaking huge is that?
That's insane.
That's insanely big.
Yeah. So
they also switched visual style, didn't they? They went to a cel-shaded look?
They went back to like a Wind Waker kind of style, but almost prettier and more adult looking than the... It's not Toon Link, really, but it's like Toon...
Right.
It's adult Toon. I don't know how to describe it, I guess. But yeah, cel-shaded.
Kind of like Borderlands?
Yeah, but more like Wind Waker than Borderlands, I'd say.
Okay.
So, one cool thing I saw is just how like pretty the world is. I know like there was one point where he was chopping a tree down. This one GIF I saw. He chopped a tree down and the wind was blowing.
Wait. No, hold on. What did you just call it?
What?
He called it the proper name. A GIF.
A GIF.
Oh my god. No, it's a GIF. Oh my god. No.
The creator of GIF has called
I don't care what the creator...
Oh my
GIF.
god, Matt. You gotta,
I don't know if I can podcast with you guys anymore. Because, like...
This is how wars are started, right
here.
Oh
my god, this is how friendships are lost.
Anyway, he was chopping a tree down, the tree fell down, and wood came out of it. The wood, because the wind was blowing, blew into the fire, and the wood was on fire, blew into the grass. Like, the fire spread everywhere along the field.
Oh, wow.
And got all the way to the end of this thing with a bomb and exploded.
Yeah.
That's pretty
I just think
cool.
little shit like that is going to be freaking amazing with how pretty the world is. So, yeah, I'm excited for Zelda. It's one of those games I'm going to buy no matter what. So,
yeah, me too. So, all right. Next, the only other thing they talked about on was this Tuesday was Pokemon.
Yesterday, yeah.
Yeah, yesterday. So, they showed quite a bit about Pokemon, and I'm not going to go into too much detail. There's like a lot of little improvements, like you can see stats of the Pokemon. You can see like if the moves are going to be super effective or not, that type of stuff. And they also, the biggest thing I think is the 3 new Pokemon that they announced: Pekapeek, Yongoose, and Grubbin. So, which are Flying Normal, Normal, and Bug.
Also, I apologize if you can hear my fiance laughing in the other room.
I was gonna
say,
I was not
totally
gonna like mention it. I was just gonna continue. But...
You're just gonna continue as if it's not happening.
Yeah, she's not laughing.
Yep, you definitely don't do that.
She can enjoy herself right now for podcasting. Tell her that. Like, stop it. All right,
stop it.
Yeah. I don't know. Pokemon looks awesome to me. I'm gonna buy it. It's another game I'm gonna buy no matter what.
Another game, yep. Exactly.
Quick question. I didn't see the Nintendo one. Did they talk about Pokemon Go at all, or not?
Yes,
because that's the only one I'm kind of interested
in.
They
did today. Yeah.
I give zero fucks about Pokemon Go.
But... Yeah, it's gonna be.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's gonna be completely terrible.
Why is that?
No.
Well, I shouldn't say completely terrible. The cool aspect is gonna be like catching Pokemon in the wild, like in like the real
real life. That's the
I think it's gonna be a gimmicky thing that dies in a couple of weeks. Personally,
yeah,
so.
probably,
yeah,
but
it's a huge like the battle. Like apparently there's no battle system, which as a Pokemon fan, that's what I want in that game. Like
yeah.
I can't battle Ron.
Yeah.
For example, like
really, I thought that was a whole. that was the whole premise behind it. Like,
I think you can like leave Pokemon in a spot to guard the spot, and like it's kind of acting as an NPC, but you don't actually get a battle with it. Like I don't know.
Interesting.
That's weird.
Yeah, they also announced today a $35 like little Bluetooth thing you can have with your phone that looks like kind of a little.
Yeah,
Pokeball,
that was
right?
announced before. It's supposed to like pulse and notify you when Pokemon are near and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so.
They just showed it off today and also gave the price, which is $35. I think it comes out after the actual app does. So they said early July is when they're hoping to get that out. From the sound of it, the app is going to come out probably either this month or early July as well. So.
I mean, it'll be free, so I mean, whatever. I'll try it out.
Yeah, I'll download it, but I don't think
it.
it's going to be great.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a huge bust.
I feel like it's going to be a game that's going to constantly bother me on my phone.
Probably.
That I'm not playing it.
Hey, there's a Pokemon nearby. I'm at work. I'm in a meeting. Leave me alone.
Pokemon meetings.
Mewtwo's
Ron,
nearby.
what are you doing on your phone?
Guys. I need to catch
I'm catching a Pikachu. I found a shiny Pidgey, leave me alone.
That makes me curious if they're going to put shinies in the game. But
yeah, that would definitely kind of
anything.
Increase the playability of it, I think. But
yeah.
Anyway, they also talked about Monster Hunter Generations. Most of this stuff was announced today. Monster Hunter Generations, it just showed some gameplay. I didn't watch any of this stuff. I just kind of got a little bit of a recap on it. I did watch the trailer for Ever Oasis, which is the other game I was going to talk about, which is from the developers of Triforce Heroes. Looks kind of like Animal Crossing meets Zelda. So kind of like you build your own
cool.
oasis, but you also go out on adventures and stuff. So I don't know. It seems kind of interesting. 3DS game, by the way. And then also Mario Party Star Rush, which is another shitty Mario Party game that I don't know. They haven't been good since like Mario Party 7, in my opinion. So, or 6 even. I don't know. But the gimmick on this one is that everyone moves at the same time. So like you don't take turns. You just go, but you move around the map individually. So it's like the same the last couple where you're in a cart, except you actually move yourself individually. So
less of a board game style than what it was before.
Well, it's like a board game still, but it's everyone moves together.
But
so
yeah. Moving away from the more board game turn by turn premise,
which is a bummer because I love those. So they also showed Tokyo Mirage Sessions FE, which I don't care about at all, but it's a JRPG.
I don't even know what that is, but okay.
JRPG crossover of Fire Emblem and Shin Megami Tensei, which I probably just butchered the name for that. So.
I'm impressed that you got it. So, good job.
They also
A for effort.
Yeah, they also showed Dragon Quest VII and said that that's going to be coming out in September, which people have been waiting for that to be ported to North America for a while.
Mm-hmm.
They announced that Box Boy is going to be ported to the US, which is a sequel to Box Boy, which I actually really...
What's the third one going to be?
I don't know. But I really liked Box Boy, so I will probably be getting this. It was a cheap little fun platforming game. I think it was like $5, and there's like 10 worlds in the game, so it's like it's really fun.
That's pretty good.
But and they showed Yokai Watch 2, which I gave
the new
even
Pokemon.
I gave even less fucks about than Tokyo Mirage Sessions. So
that's really big in Japan.
Yeah, it's popular, and I've heard it's actually decent, but I just don't care about it.
Yeah, I don't care about it.
I already got my Pokemon.
So what do you think about the Nintendo conference then? I missed it, so
honestly,
impressions.
We knew what they were going to be showing, Zelda, and they talked a little bit about Pokemon Go and Pokemon and the other stuff that we saw. The only new thing was Ever Oasis and Mario Party, I think. Oh, and Box Boy, I guess, but everything else we already knew about. Going into it, knowing exactly what we were going to see, I was actually pretty impressed with how Zelda looked, and I was also pretty impressed with how Pokemon looked, so... If anything, I'm even more excited for those now. So,
I think it was about what we wanted, like what we expected from Nintendo, and
nothing more, nothing less, kind of.
Nothing shocking. Nothing.
Like Ron said, Zelda and Pokemon both looked good, so maybe it's a little bit better than what we expected, but that's only because the games they showed look good, I guess. Yep. So,
Zelda seems like it's going to be a genre, like a era-defining game. So I'm thinking it's going to be freaking mind-blowing. So
I think Zelda's going to be really good.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
All right.
Cool.
And that, I think...
before we go on to our next section, there were a couple more rumors that came out today that were kind of related to E3. Okay. Bulletstorm Remaster was rumored because apparently someone from Microsoft or related to them, something, left a flash drive after the Microsoft conference, which had Bulletstorm Remastered screenshots on it. So that's kind of
interesting. Somebody done effed up there, but okay.
Yep, somebody gonna get a talking to from HR. And then some more info on Battlefield 1 was released. The most interesting thing I thought that was released was this was confirmed from DICE themselves. So they're redoing the classes again a little bit. Yep. So they're still gonna have Assault, Medic, Support, Recon, but they changed up the roles a little bit again. Assault is mainly going to be attacking vehicles rather than, I believe in BF4 they were medic, and BF3 they were like the engineer class. So they're going back to attacking vehicles. However, they won't have a repair torch. The medic in this case is going to be able to heal and revive people as well as repair vehicles. So they kind of combine the engineer and medic a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. And then support again, heavy fire, ammo, resupply, stuff like that, and then recon, sniper.
Yeah.
So they
That's cool.
changed up 2 of the classes again. Be really interesting. What they end up doing with those. So
nice.
I think one game we did forget about was Mafia 3. If we want to talk about that at all, it looked good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna buy it. So
you are for sure.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, why not? It looks like GTA. That's what it is, right?
Fun.
It's a GTA clone, but
yeah, it's a GTA clone.
I thought it looked really good, personally.
It does look good. I'm just, I guess I already have a lot of games like that coming out in the near future, so, or I already have to play.
Speaking of GTA, we were all disappointed there was no Red Dead. Surprise reveal from Rockstar.
Yeah, no Red Dead.
Kind of hoping that would be during Sony's conference, because that would have clinched it and made it the best conference I've ever seen. It probably still was, but that would have
for sure
pretty damn high. So,
So do we want to kind of rank our E3 shows?
So yeah, I guess I'd say Sony definitely the clear-cut number 1, I'd say Bethesda at a 2, and close behind maybe Microsoft, and then past that I wasn't blown away by anything
I kind of
else.
think EA, honestly, after
EA.
Bethesda, just because of Battlefield 1.
I mean, if we're talking about the conferences as a whole, I think EA did a pretty shitty job of the conference.
Yeah.
But I am most excited for a couple of their games, Titanfall and Battlefield, so they kind of get a free pass in that regard, I guess.
Yeah.
So I guess
for sure.
In terms of presentation, I think I actually agree with Matt. I'd say Sony number 1, Bethesda number 2. I'd put Microsoft at 3. And then I'd honestly... it's tough between EA and Ubisoft. I'd probably put them on an equal level because Ubisoft was kind of a disaster.
Ubisoft was a complete disaster.
But they also
Ubisoft
had
is last.
Park, and Steep looked interesting, but Titanfall and Battlefield are more interesting than those to me. So I don't know.
Yeah.
And PC gaming, I'm not even gonna rate because that was just a shit show. So
it wasn't very good.
And then I'm not even rating
even I'll say that
because it's hard to compare their Treehouse stream to the other stuff. So
right.
So yeah.
Cool. I'd agree with those.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. I think that about wraps up our E3 reactions. So just to finish this out, I thought maybe we'd talk about the stuff coming out in the next week. So right off the bat, there are 4 games coming out, and they're all coming out on June 21st. First up is Deadlight Director's Cut, which is just, I think, a remake of Deadlight, which is like a side-scrolling horror game, as far as I know. I think I have it, but I've never played it, so I don't know too much about it. So, and then there's also Mighty Number 9, which I think a lot of people have been waiting for a long time. It was a Kickstarted game a long time ago, and they kept delaying it. It's basically
that's the
new
Mega
Man
game.
Isn't
it?
Yeah. It's essentially a new Mega Man game. So people are really hoping it doesn't turn out to be shit. So
yeah.
Another thing was Pac-Man 256, which I don't know much about, but it looks like basically I think the devs from Crossy Road helped make a new Pac-Man game. It looks,
what?
Yeah, I don't know.
Interesting.
Okay.
It looks interesting to me. I liked, I can't remember what the PS4 and Xbox Pac-Man game was, but... Super Turbo Ship Champion Deluxe or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah, it was something like that. It was some insane name.
It was super fun, though, because it was so crazy. But if it's anything like that, I'll like it, so... And then... Finally, we have Umbrella Corps, which I believe is basically... Umbrella Corps. Sorry, I don't know how to say that because I'm stupid. It's basically, I think, a co-op tactical game set in the Resident Evil universe, so kind of like a Payday, but Resident Evil, so...
Yeah, it looked interesting. I saw some trailers for that.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't heard too much buzz about that, to be honest. I'm surprised it's releasing so soon, but...
Yep.
I've never heard of it until you just mentioned it.
Really?
So.
I'd read about it previously, but only because I was looking at upcoming games a long time ago. So.
Yeah, I saw it on Steam, I think, and that's how I know about it. But
yeah.
All right. What we're planning to play this next week? I guess I can go first on this one.
Do it.
Dishonored, I hope to finish that. I've got a few missions left. I think probably like 5 missions left, so shouldn't take too long. Plan on starting Pokemon Black. After I just spent 1,000 years on Pearl, I'm just gonna jump back in.
Way to be.
Yep, and then I'm also gonna play or start Witcher 3 and maybe play some more Pillars of Eternity if I have time. But
fuck yeah, buddy.
Mainly Dishonored, Pokemon Black, and Witcher.
Nice.
Cool.
Good shit.
For me, I'm not really sure what I'm gonna play this week, if anything. I might try and get those last 1 or 2 missions, the side quests in Fallout 4 Far Harbor that I missed. I think there's a vault mission that I missed, and then something else, but I'll have to look. And then besides that, I might just go back to playing Doom. Probably. Maybe I'll try and continue my Nightmare run because I just started it. So,
out of curiosity, Chase, I don't want to spoil it for Matt, but which side did you side with?
I sided with Far Harbor.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay. I don't know if I.
So,
is there 3 sides then? Because I didn't.
Kind of. I mean, it's the Far Harbor is kind of just like the default for the most part. I didn't really side with Children of Adam or Acadia.
See, I did Acadia, so.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't really do either. So.
Also, did you bring along what's his face?
Valentine?
Yes, Valentine.
I did, because I was
Good.
told to do that from someone at work.
Yep.
He said, bring Valentine. I'm like, okay, because normally I either don't travel with a companion or bring dog meat.
Yep.
And
dog meat is
he
fair.
said, yeah, exactly. And I was told, bring Valentine, because he has good dialogue.
There's a ton
and
of
he
extra
definitely did.
dialogue with him, yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right. And then did you mention that did you say you're going to play Doom? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course,
Do you want me to
gonna play
repeat it?
Doom.
I mean, I can.
we can
I have no problem.
Yeah. You can just say Chase plays Doom again.
Doom is officially the longest lasting game on this podcast. So
Definitely.
Right? Honestly, it's fun for me, so I'm having a ton of replayability with it. So
yeah,
cool.
That's good though.
In terms of what I'm going to play, I'm probably going to beat Dishonored. I'm hoping tonight. I have like 1 mission left and then 2 smaller missions from what I heard. So I don't know how long those ones actually take. So depends upon that.
Nice.
And then I'm going to probably play some more Pokemon Black in the evenings, as well as possibly start Call of Juarez, Unravel, or Sleeping Dogs, depending upon what I end up playing this weekend. So
cool.
yeah.
I might try and actually start Overwatch. Like get a little bit into that. We'll see though.
Ermagerd.
You better.
We'll have to see.
Freaking Chase. All right. Cool. I think that about wraps everything up, guys. Glad to be done.
Yay.
So we don't have to talk anymore. So I can
under an hour and a half, guys.
Oh my god.
Awesome.
That was amazing.
Unless we talk for another 3 minutes, we could.
I mean, we can. We can talk for another half hour if we want.
I mean, we could. We could start talking about like just random games.
I'll
like,
just start,
talk about Doom.
playing games on the podcast and just.
Let's
There
do
you
it.
go.
All right.
I'll just talk about Doom, guys.
Yeah, let's talk for another half hour about Doom.
All right. Let's
Just
do it.
straight.
Just straight up Doom.
Alright. I don't have any cool jokes for you guys this week with E3 going on.
No puns.
I disappointed.
Again?
I disappointed once again because I'm a shit licker. So
You're terrible.
I am terrible.
Is that you tasting the shit that you like right there, or what? Like,
Yes.
what was that noise? Okay.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh
yeah.
my! I think we need to end with that right there.
Oh, God.
Like.
All right. All right. I think that's about all we got, guys.
All right. See you guys.
Do you wanna say bye, Chase, in your special little way that only you can?
Oh, I suppose I can treat everyone with that
Can
again.
you give us a little treat?
And signing off, Squirtle Squirt. Squirtle Squirtle Squirt.
Charmander, Char! Oh, God. All right, bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.